I'm Dr. Narkar Sharma. Screen addiction is a big problem, but screen also is a big boon to the modern era. How we use it really matters. Fire can be used for constructive purposes or destructive purposes. The current scenario is a good example of how screen is a big blessing to the children who are not able to go to school but still attending school. They should not be confused with screen addiction. Rather, it's a productive screen exposure, which comes at the expense of strain to the tender eyes. So now the question is, why do we get addicted to the screen? Point number one. A screen sends in thousands of message units in the form of auditory and visual stimuli per minute that actually take us into a trance, secreting hormones that get us addicted physically and mentally. Number two, there are no stopping cues. It just goes on and on and on. Number three, MRI brain studies have shown that the areas that are responsible for decision making, emotional control and self-control are same in individuals who are addicted to drugs, smoke and alcohol and screen. So, does it feel right to call this as a digital drug? I think yes. Now, what are the ramifications? Number one, it prevents us from achieving our goals. I personally find it's easy to treat alcohol or drug addiction than treating screen addiction. Number two, it causes emotional disturbances, confusion, irritability in the form of withdrawal symptoms. Number three, poor muscle mass and poor bone mass. Number four, it is actually taking away the quality of life. So how do we measure life? Life is measured in time. 10 years ago, we found that screen was taking 10% of the personal time. Today, it takes away 90% of our personal time that helps us in enriching ourselves. Number five, we also don't realize that how screen actually causes radio frequency exposure. Every mobile phone gives us the RFE and specific absorption rate of the radio frequency per gram of tissue. But the studies are mostly done in adults. How about the effect of these things on tender minds which are just growing? And last but not the least, it's eating away the time we spend on eating, sleeping, working or survival. Now, how do we treat it? Number one, as adults, we need to discipline ourselves and set examples and being role models for children. Number two, screen hygiene. What does it mean? Please set up time limits for children spending on screen. Preferably weekends, but if it's going to be daily, please make sure it happens after the child finishes studying, because a child's mind gets hyperactivated when you're exposed to screen, and then when you ask them to spend time on the book, it's just one white page and black letters. It feels boring. Then use screen to fight the screen. We can use screen for productive purposes like relaxation, meditation, exercise or education, rather than spending time on social media, news or just browsing. Diversion is another important technique. How parents can help children divert from screen by taking them outdoors, interacting with them personally, playing outdoor games. We need to understand that investing in good schools is just not enough. We need to invest time in our child's future now. Then comes the role of positive reinforcement, which involves star charts. I have kids who come to me saying my academic performance has gone down. I give them a challenge. I say, please stop using screen for a month and see what it does to you. And most of them reported that they could actually improve their academic performance. And that's a very important technique. In my practice, I found kids coming with cognitive delay and speech delay. And when I dug up the history, I found that both were working parents. Nanny was taking care of the child. She was busy with her own screen, leaving the child with the screen. 3 months of taking them off the screen, 90% of children started speaking. So that is what we are talking about. Even Waldorf School has said no screen for children up to 8th standard. And finally, we have digital detox rehab homes. So do we need to take it so far? Time to think about it.